Okay, question number one. What is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is a form of digital currency on a network that is shared between users of the network, peers, and it's a peer-to-peer network. The transactions that go on a peer-to-peer network are between buyers and sellers of Bitcoin that are located worldwide around the globe. And all of the Bitcoin transactions that take place on the peer-to-peer network are facilitated without the involvement of any central banks or privately held third parties. And lastly, Bitcoin was created by one creator or inventor, or possibly a series of computer programmers who are all co-inventors of Bitcoin under the name of Satoshi Nakamoto. And Bitcoins can be purchased in very small fractional units known as Satoshis. Okay, question number two. What is blockchain? Blockchain is a permanent ledger, a permanent public digital ledger of all the Bitcoin transactions that take place on the Bitcoin global network. And blockchains are time stamped, okay? And blockchains basically is an accounting record of all the various many buying and selling events that take place on a Bitcoin network. And these transactions are grouped together in what are called blocks. And those blocks are grouped together in what's known as a blockchain. And the blocks are connected by something called cryptography. Okay, question number three. What is decentralized? Decentralized means not controlled, not regulated, not restricted or governed by any one entity, agency, or central control mechanism. Decentralized essentially means that it's spread out over a very large network. All of the buying and selling transactions and the regulation of those buying and selling transactions is essentially spread across the entire Bitcoin network, and it's not controlled by any one entity. Okay, question number four. What is Bitcoin scarcity? Bitcoin scarcity refers to the limited supply of Bitcoins that were created, and that number is 21 million. 21 million Bitcoins is the supply cap of the number of Bitcoins that will eventually, years from now, be all bought and sold. We haven't reached 21 million Bitcoins yet that have been made available to the public, but as new Bitcoins are mined, eventually years from now, that 21 million Bitcoin cap will be reached. Okay, question number, I believe number 5. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, question number 5. How are Bitcoins created? Bitcoins are created the same way that people mine for gold and silver. Bitcoins are mined, except instead of using shovels and giant machines and machinery to dig into the earth to find gold and silver, Bitcoin miners use hardware and software, computer hardware, computer software, to mine for Bitcoins. And the process of mining involves validating all the transactions on a Bitcoin network. That's what all the miners do around the world. And once those transactions are validated on the Bitcoin network by miners, they are rewarded with Bitcoin for their labor, for their work, for their efforts. And this is known as mining. Okay. Question number 6. What is block halving? Block halving involves an occurrence that happens every 4 years where the amount of Bitcoin that is mined by Bitcoin miners is cut in half. And so with each new block of transactions that are validated, a Bitcoin miner earns a certain amount of Bitcoin that has a monetary value, but that amount that miners are earning, that reward that they're earning, is split in half every 4 years. That's what block halving refers to. Question number 7, what is a confirmation? A confirmation happens and takes place in a blockchain through the mining process. And this block verifies and records any new transactions on the blockchain. Okay, those transactions are said to be confirmed by the Bitcoin network. Question number 8, what is a transaction ID? A transaction ID is like a unique cryptographic marker for each Bitcoin each Bitcoin transaction that takes place on the Bitcoin network. And the transaction ID essentially shows the amount of Bitcoin that was traded, bought, sold, or spent. It also shows the date that transaction took place and the Bitcoin wallet addresses of both the sender and the receiver in that transaction. Okay, question number 9. What is a block explorer? A block explorer is an open source web tool that allows you to view information about blocks, wallet addresses, and all transactions on the Bitcoin blockchain. Specific information about the transaction in particular. Okay, question number 10. Name 3 specific ways you can purchase Bitcoin. You can purchase Bitcoin using ATM machines, the Genesis ATM machines that comprise most of the ATM machines in the United States. You can purchase Bitcoin on exchanges like Coinbase or Mycelium or various other different online Bitcoin exchanges, or you can purchase Bitcoin directly from a Bitcoin dealer. All right, that is it. That comprises all 10 questions. I want to give a shout out to my sponsor, Shy Crypto Hustler, and I want to give a shout out to the BitConnect School. Take care.